If 1 is the root, is a root of the equation 5x squared plus kx minus 3 equal to 0, find the other root. This is a quadratic equation. We are given one of the roots. All we need to do is to solve this quadratic equation and get the second root. However, before we do that, there's an unknown here called k. Until we find this k, we cannot do that. Remember, given that this is a root, simply means x is equal to 1 will satisfy this equation. Or x is equal to unknown. That's the second root we are actually looking for. But we can use this now to get our key by substituting it into this equation, because we have been told that it is a root. So 5x squared plus kx minus 3 is equal to 0 can simply be said to written this way: 5 multiplied by 1 squared plus 1 times k, which is still k, minus 3 is equal to 0. Here we have 5. 1 squared is 1 times 5 is still 5 plus k minus 3 equals to 0. And now we can make k the subject of formula by saying k is equal to 3 minus 5. When 3 crosses over, it becomes positive. When 5 crosses over, it becomes negative. And then k is simply equal to minus 2. Because 3 minus 5 is minus 2. We can now substitute this k into this quadratic equation, so that we shall have 5x squared plus minus 2k, then minus 3 is equal to 0. Plus and minus, of course, minus will stand. Okay, so what we have is 5x squared minus 2k, 2x minus 3 equal to 0. We just substituted the value of k into this equation. So to get the second root, which is find the other root, which is what we are looking for, is to solve this equation. We can use factorization method, and that means we'll look for the product of the first and the last term, which is actually 5x squared times minus 3 equal to minus 15x squared. The next step is to look for two things that you multiply together to get this. You add them up to get this. And when you get those two things, you use them to replace this. We know that minus 5 times plus 3 will give us minus 15. And minus 5 plus 3 will give us minus 2. So the factors we are looking for are minus 5 and plus 3. You can just attach the letters to it or to them. And that's all. So we can use these two factors to replace our minus 2. So the new equation will be 5x squared minus 5x plus 3x minus 3 equal to 0. Now we can factorize by grouping, where we now say 5x squared minus 5x is one group, plus 3x minus 3 is another group, and equal to 0. Here 5 is common, x is common, so we say 5x is out, x minus 1, because 5x times 1 will return this back. And here 3 is common, x minus 1 equals to 0. So x minus 1 is actually common, so x minus 1 here, we are left with 5x, here we are left with plus 3 equal to 0. What this means is that x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. So here we have x is equal to 1, or 5x is equal to minus 3. So x is simply equal to minus 3 over 5. This one was given to us in the equation. This is the one we are looking for. So the second root of the equation is, instead of this, we can now say minus 3 over 5. This is the solution to this very problem. If you are yet to like my Facebook page, I want you to quickly search for Superb Math Class on Facebook and follow the page, so that you can always be notified when new videos are posted. Thank you so much for following.